All right, today we are talking about the meaning of citizenship, chapter 3. Okay, so in your notes, start a new section. This will be chapter 3. So to get us started, we're going to take a look at our learning goals for this chapter, what we're going to be focusing on. So first, examine who can be an American citizen. Second, explain what it means to hold the office of a citizen. And finally, describe the rights, duties, and responsibilities of citizens. So this is what our focus is going to be on as we go through our PowerPoint. So let's look at who is a citizen. First, we're going to define citizen. So a citizen is a person with rights and duties under a government. Okay, so that is how we are defining citizen. Okay, we're going to take a look at some of those requirements, right, to be a citizen. So first, being born in America or one of its territories, right? You guys were all born in the United States, so you are automatically a US citizen, okay? Or having at least one American parent when you are born. So that will also make you a US citizen, okay? So if you are not a US citizen, you go through the process of naturalization. Anyone heard of this before? Does this term sound familiar? Yeah? Perfect. So again, this is the process of becoming a citizen. Do you know what the term that is used, what you call an individual before they become a US citizen? No. Alien, right? So that is someone who is living in the US, but they're still a citizen in a different country. All right, so they would go through the naturalization process to become a US citizen. Okay. All right, so we're going to look into this naturalization process a little bit more. So a naturalized citizen has gone through the process of becoming a US citizen. Okay. What this process looks like, they have to learn English. They have to prove that they can read and write in English. Okay. They have to study American history. Do you guys remember that test we took at the beginning of the year? The Minnesota Civics test, which was derived from the national civics test. So that is very similar to what someone who is in the naturalization process has to take. A test like that, right? Except it's 100 questions and not just 50 like we took. Okay, so that's the national test, right? That 100 questions that they have to take, okay? And finally, learning the values, laws, rights, and duties of a US citizen, okay? So to become a citizen, right, after being an alien, these are the 3 things that you need to complete, okay, in that process of naturalization. All right, moving on. We're going to talk about what the office of a citizen means. So we as people, right, as citizens of the US, we choose people to speak and act for us, right? We call these people representatives, okay? That could be anywhere from members of Congress, right, the House, the Senate, electing the president. It can be your city mayor. It can be school board members, city council. Okay, so we as people elect representatives to speak and act for us. Okay, so again, that is a representative, someone we elect to speak and act for us. Okay, represent the people. Okay, so we delegate or we lend our power to them, right? But the power is still belongs to the people. Okay, we pick who goes in office, who we have as mayor, right? We choose the voices, right, that represent us. Okay. We have the power to vote someone in, vote someone out, right? So because of that, we use a term that each citizen holds an office. So the office of the citizen. Okay. So that's where we get that term. All right, now we're going to move into rights, duties, and responsibilities of citizens. So we're going to start off with the rights of citizens, right? Holding the office of citizen, right, what we just talked about. This entitles a citizen to all the rights given to Americans by the Constitution, okay? And again, the courts protect those rights, okay? So again, our rights given to us, right, by the Constitution, power is to the people, office of the citizen, and again, those rights are protected by our courts, okay? So they enforce our Constitution. We also have our American rights, right? And we've talked about in our previous chapters, these rights are based on the fundamental beliefs and values that Americans share, right? Talk about equal respect and our three basic American values: freedom, equality, and justice. Okay, so again, those fall under our American rights. And again, just a few examples: vote, hold elected office, practice your own religion. So those are just some examples, right, of our rights of citizens. Moving forward, we have duties of citizens, all right? So again, our duties include obeying laws, defending our nation, right? Once we are 18, we register, right? So in case, in a time of emergency, you are called to serve, right? Doesn't mean you're going to, but in the instance that we do need more people, right? You're defending the nation. Serving on a jury or as a witness in court, right? At some point, I'm sure all of you will get called to jury duty. Whether that means the case actually makes it to court and you have to go or not, most times it's settled before it gets to court. I know a couple times I've been called to jury duty, but it's never actually made it to court. So I've never actually had to do it. Paying taxes, right? Most of us probably don't pay income tax if you don't have a job right now, right? Maybe some of you have jobs. A tax that's probably most common for you guys is sales tax. So if you buy something, which I'm sure all of you have bought something from a store. Yeah, we have, right? You'd have sales tax on that. So that would be most common for you guys. Okay. Then attending school. Okay. I believe it's required for you to attend school from the time you're like 5 or 6 to like age 16. I think that's required, right? So again, that falls in as a duty of being a citizen attending school. So right now, you are following your civic duties. Good job, you guys. All right. So continuing on with duties, okay. A jury of peers Okay, and we talked about jury duty earlier, but this is going in a little more specifically. So our jury of peers, a group of ordinary citizens who hear the case and decide whether the accused person is innocent or guilty. Okay, so again, a jury of peers, people who are called to hear a case and decide whether someone is innocent or guilty. Okay. A witness, okay, another duty. So if you've seen an event related to a crime, or you have information that might help make the jury a decision right, it's your duty as a citizen to serve as a witness, okay, and take that stand. So again, jury of peers, talking about jury duty if you have to, and being a witness, okay? It's just a quick diagram, again, depicting the duties, just kind of reiterating what we already talked about. So again, serving on a jury or as a witness, defending the nation, obeying laws, paying taxes, and attending school. Okay, so this is just another review of some of those duties that we have as citizens. Now let's move on to responsibilities. Okay, so as American citizens, responsibilities are fulfilled by choice. Okay, yesterday we talked about, one of our questions was, what can we do, right, for the common good of the people, working toward the common good. Okay, common good meaning the well-being of all members of society. Okay, are you required to do things that help the common good? No, right? It's fulfilled by choice on what we want to do. Okay, voting, another right but important responsibility. So it's one of the most basic and important American rights that we have. Are you required to vote? No, right? But it is a right that you get, and it is a responsibility as citizens, right? Fulfilled by choice. Okay, so that's where we get working for the common good of people and voting. Okay, so those are fulfilled by choice, but also very important responsibilities. Okay. All right, adding on to responsibilities, election campaigns. And this means you can choose to be involved with the campaign, help with that campaign. You can also choose to run for an elected office. Okay, so that's what we mean by election campaigns, whether it's actually running yourself or being involved in someone's campaign, being active and helping with another campaign. Okay. Influencing government, I know we briefly touched on this previous chapter, right? What are ways that we can influence the government, right? We said you can express your opinions, right? You can do that through, I know one example was writing to your local newspaper, okay? Writing to your elected officials for Minnesota, okay? Right, you're expressing your thought to the representatives and government officials. Okay, so that's where that influencing the government comes to play. All right. And then finally, serving the community. Each citizen should act to serve his or her community when possible. And yesterday, I know we had a lot of good conversation, right, about being loyal to our community, being supportive of our community. And those are all great things, right? How we should act and how we can serve our own community to better our own community, right? And the people of our community.